Alrighty, welcome back to Well That Sucks. This week, we're gonna start off with number 20, which isn't listed on here because it's me. I went outside. I try not to do that very often, and as a result, I got sunburned. So that's why my face is red. Isn't that a bummer? It is. I shouldn't go outside anymore. Anyway, let's go to number 19. This could take a while. All right, what do we... Does he actually have an octopus stuck to his back? Oh my god, really? Honestly, that's kind of cool, but I guess after a while, maybe you'd be like, no, I actually want to get out of the water now, so if you get off of me, that would be good. At least it's not a blue ring octopus, because those are very venomous. In fact, I believe they're the most venomous animal in the entire world, because if they do, would you call it sting you? I don't know if that's exactly what they do. It paralyzes all your muscles and you can't breathe anymore. So you have to get on a ventilator ASAP. Otherwise, that's it. Fortunately, not a blue ring octopus. It could be worse. What do you do in that situation? I feel like fighting it is probably going to cause it to latch on more. And you also, you don't want to accidentally rip its tentacle off, because that'd suck. You don't want to hurt the thing. At the same time, it probably latches on harder than it should, and I don't know. There must be protocol, but I don't know what it is. Still better than a DUI. Was being responsible and didn't drive home after happy hour last night. Came back to pick up my car, and it's in a forking farmer's market. Do they on parking signs tell you when there's gonna be a farmer's market? I feel like no, because there are places where I know farmer's markets get set up every week or so in LA, but I don't think they're dedicated signs. It's probably just no parking this time and this time. You don't realize it's not street sweeping, it's actually because there's a setup. Imagine the disappointment of the person who's used to setting up their stall right there. Why is there a car? I need to sell my goods, and there's a car where I usually sell my goods. Good thing they just set up the tent around it. Hey man, at least you were responsible, and you're just gonna have to snack on some good quality farm fresh food while you wait for your car or use some Uber for the day. Remember when Colorado had a rock fall and blocked the highway? Yeah, it happened again. An 11-minute drive is now 3 hours. I do remember this from a long time ago on this subreddit. It happened again? Oh my god. 3 hours and 5 minutes. The thing is, it doesn't really look like this would only be an 11-minute drive right here. I guess maybe this is some windy mountain roads where you have to go 10 miles an hour the whole way, some dirt roads or something. So in reality, this is probably 20 miles, but you have to go so slowly that it takes 3 hours. Just I'm just not gonna come into work today. This is a bit ridiculous. Oh, and then it's probably backed up, jammed with traffic. Actually, it's not though. It shows blue. It would show red if it was backed up. No one's doing it. It's just a terrible road. God, that's wild to be that dependent on one road in the event of a terrible emergency. I guess you can just drive in different directions. It's gonna split the state in half, basically, in the event of a disaster. Door was stuck, so I tried to save the day, but it didn't go exactly as I was expecting. Oh, okay. Now we're sure here that it's gonna be we're sure here that it actually opens outwards. Not you're just pulling it the wrong way. Wait, did someone actually someone just undid it at the very end? Kind of expecting that. How were you not expecting that? You got to know that the instant that you start pulling really, you had to know that was going to take place. That someone from the inside was just going to open the thing, be what's all the commotion out here? Just whack right into somebody's face. Dude, that terrifies me with bathroom stalls that open outwards. Usually they open inwards, but then the problem is, in order to close it, you have to straddle over the toilet just so the door will clear you in order to close back up. So whenever I have an outward opening one, I'm oh, this is so convenient. I can just walk in and close the door behind me and not have to, stand over the toilet so that it can close back up. But then whenever I open it, I'm I just open so slowly. I really don't want to smack someone in the face as they're just finishing up peeing. It's a fear of mine, okay? Just opening up the stall door if I was just peeing in a handicap one because it was the only thing available, and seeing someone in a wheelchair there, I'd be just about as bad as opening the door up into somebody's face. +1 for safety measures though. All All right. Well, hey, you know what? At least there was nobody standing below. See, that's what I was thinking was going to happen is like, where's that going to fall? I wasn't even thinking about them getting knocked out. But yeah, at least they're suspended. That dude got hit in the shin real hard, though. Let me tell you from experience with just a skateboard, that hurts really badly. And I've never been hit by a potentially multi-thousand-pound piece of metal, which is probably a lot worse than just a skateboard. So, ooh, I hope those boots were thick. See, that's the real... Well, that sucks in this situation is your shin. Ow. Fool me once.
Oh, she was grinning.
What's the commentary? Would you do it again? Did you really just do it twice in a row? 3. Okay. Yeah. You like after the first one, you were just like, you know what? I really can't tell. This is very well clean glass. Let me just put my hand forward. Let me just double check that I can actually go through this. And then she gets to the 4th one and she still goes head first. How do you not learn anything after the first 3? Like you got lucky there, but you were just, you know what? Head first, that's the way to go. I gotta commit to this. I can't, it's a lot of effort to lift my arm up and just put it ahead to see if it's actually something I can walk through or not. This is, you know what? If I'm ever stuck in a room, locked door, gotta break through, here's Johnny style, just gonna use my head. In The Shining, he was weak. He had to use an axe. Psh, amateur hour, should have just used his head. Human woodpecker. Pecker? Yep. When your one-piece sink/counter randomly explodes at 3 a.m. How does that actually happen, though? Does it just randomly explode? Is there tension built up in the tempered glass? It was just like, you know what, I'm done now. I've had enough. I reached my shelf life, and I don't like your washing habits. It's very dirty. You get a lot of toothpaste on the counter. I give up. I'm done. Warned you, all right, with that little crack over there long ago. You wouldn't listen, so I'm just gonna explode. Everybody felt that. Oh, no. Ooh, I saw that coming from a mile away. Oh. In all my years skateboarding, I somehow managed to avoid ever having this happen. Due in part to the fact that I always tried to avoid handrails that were taller than my legs just because it's not worth. Sorry, but there, you know, there's a good way this can go. Well, no, there's a bad way this can go and there's a worse way this can go. I hope he just kind of landed on the middle part. But if it depends on how the positioning of the sack in the shorts was, because if the sack was in between the bar and the just, you know, the undercrotch area, it's game over. Like that'd be probably surgery required after the fact. Whew. That'd be it. Nah, dude. Replacement phone I got exploded in my face the other day. Luckily, my work got it on video. I mean, if there's a plus side, at least you can get some internet karma out of the whole thing. That's what matters. Oh, God, is it one of those batteries that just has the chance of exploding on you? Because that's no good. Oh, boy, at least you weren't talking on... You know what? Good reflexes. See, if you were talking on the phone and that happened, that would have been way worse. At least it was just kind of in front of you in your hands. So let's look on the bright side. Jeez. Imagine that happening on an airplane and it being like the first time that it's ever happened. You'd be like, I swear to God, no, I didn't. I'm not trying to make bad things happen on an airplane, okay? I swear to God, my cell phone just combusted. All right, nothing else. And they'd be like, sure, a likely story, so you're gonna have to come with us and you would never see the light again. That would be no fun. More than 100 kids were waiting to see this historic steam train in England. I'm waiting too. Is it okay? So is it about to And for my next act, I will make this steam train disappear after concealing it for just a few seconds with this other train. Just give it a moment. Just hold on, let the people on this passenger train see it, and then the vanishing act will take place after. Is it done now? Hey, it's still going at least. You missed a few cars. The thing looks like it's moving pretty slowly. You could run after it. You could probably run faster than that thing is moving. Don't worry about it. Just cross to the other side of the tracks. You'll be fine. That's only mildly sucky. This is how hot it is in Saudi Arabia. I think that I've actually seen this gift before. I think this is an oldie. Oh, he's like, I'm over this, dude. Thank goodness for people setting up these awnings. Oh, it's so nice. God, imagine it being so hot that a lizard that's made for the environment can't even touch the sand for longer than a moment. I mean, it has to, like, be used to that at this point, but, man, you know it's bad if an animal is doing human-like, I'm tired emotions, especially a reptile. Whew. All right, yeah, God, if I'm ever in a place where it's like 120 degrees with the heat radiating off of a reflective-ish sand surface, I think that's it for me. I can't do that. Just trying to paddle to surf, but the dolphin mafia arrive. Are they about to knock him off of his board? Locals only, dude. I swear I've seen this before, but I don't think it was in a Reddit video. I think it's just because it's a great little clip. These beaches in Hawaii, dude, they've got some pretty ferocious locals, bro. They're not about it. Get off my beach, dude. This is our wave, bro. Not gonna cut us off. We're about to body surf this thing hard. Get out of here. Off to Gulag you go. Oh, wait, is this gonna actually be a thing where someone is like escorted off by Vladimir Putin's security? This is okay. It's okay. We're fine here. Yeah, sorry. You're too tall, dude. You can't be obscuring Putin. It's not gonna. He does a little smirk. He looks off to the side. He's like, yo, what's this guy? He's gonna need to get out of here. All right. Let's bring someone who's a little bit shorter, and okay, cool. Can't be obstructed. I think we're the same height. I think we're like 5'7". So he is a fellow 5'7" person. He's achieved tall person things. And moving along, this kid ran into a lamppost while chasing his favorite soccer player. Well, you know what? At least he got the photo. Poor guy. You know, he'll have a story to tell everyone, all his friends, when he gets older. I'm not sure who the soccer/footballer is because I'm not very familiar with the sport, but I'm sure it looks like the kid is. I can't tell if he's crying because his nose is in excruciating pain, or if he's crying because he's so stoked to meet his favorite player, or it's a little mix of both potentially. Either way, very wholesome. I like how normal the athlete is, though. They are totally normal for people to come up and take pictures of the bloody nose. Happens all the time. People get into like pub brawls or fights at the stadium. It's like I take more photos of people who have bloody noses than don't. So don't sweat it, kid. I'm leaving my job after 5 years today. Over 500 people I work with. This is my leaving card. Sorry, man. Apparently the 500 people you work with, maybe they're just like, not super into the work, or I hope it's not that you didn't make a lasting impact on them. But anyway, it's at your next job, hopefully you're moving on to bigger and better things, and you'll bond with your coworkers there. And when you leave there, or maybe you won't because you'll just love it so much, but when you leave there, you'll have a fully signed card. It might be less people, but it'll be a higher sign-through rate because it'll just be a more small, intimate environment, and we wish you the best, okay? This is a sign that, you know what, you're not leaving much behind and you're on to better things. The top for the last month is My House Burned Down. Stormo. I'm sorry that happened. That's a bummer. That looked like a pretty nice house too. You know what? If there's not really an upside to this, but what I will say is, as someone who owns low clearance cars, your driveway looks absolutely atrocious. The surface itself, that is very pretty. The landscaping is very pretty. The surface on the driveway is very pretty, but you have to drive on top of a curb. Why? Why do you have to drive on top of a curb to access your house? So, on the plus side, maybe during the renovations here, which will hopefully be covered by insurance, you can make it so that like you don't have to drive on a curb to get into your house. Because generally when you're driving, like you try to avoid driving onto curbs, generally, even if you have a big truck. It's just like, you know, you try to stay in the road. Now you were forced to go up on a curb to go to your house. You know what? I'm trying to look on the bright side. I hope that you were able to retrieve certain irreplaceable things as you're running out of the house, but hopefully everybody is safe. Stormo, I'm sorry. That is a bummer. At least you got internet karma points and can renovate your driveway, I hope. It's not city code that prevents you from changing it. So anyway, that does suck though. I know the feeling of it almost happening as my neighbor's house was on fire a few years back, and it was if the wind had just changed direction slightly, it could have been me too. It's a bummer. All right, well, anyway, that's about it for the last month of Well, That Sucks. We'll leave it off there. Make sure to like if you liked. Check out the playlist in the description if you want to catch more of these. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and we'll leave it off there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.